and I'm muted. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome, everyone. And give me a second to make sure if I can turn this music off because it's playing.
I tell you, we look like a girl group.
I mean, in my ear, and I don't even remember how I turned the music on. So, un momento. Trying to do stuff. That's what happens. You guys, welcome. We are back to talk none other than Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 11. And y'all, I don't even know. Are y'all ready for the mess? I need you to drop a 1 in the chat if you are ready for us to dig into this. Hey, Tremaine, welcome, sis. Welcome. Hey, Pretty Real TV. You're supposed to be up here, Pretty Real. What's good? What's good? Hey, Kaden. You did. You made the live crew, and we are so glad to have you. Welcome. Hey, Jay Antoinette. What's going on, sis? What's going on? Hey, Anakin, not Vader. Hey, TP. Come on in the room. You guys, we're going to jump right into it. But ladies first, as I always do. Tyra, starting with you. How was your day? And are you ready to dive into these couples, honey? Are you ready? Are you ready to do it?
I ain't never ready to dive into these couples because these couples so far really chapped my hide, okay? But the day was as good as it's going to get, and it's going to get better because I am here with you guys. I'm forever ready. I'm forever ready to dig into Ikichi if I ain't ready to do nothing else. But the couples overall, no. These couples are tired.
Tired, late, and terrible. EJ, I haven't had the opportunity to talk to you about this episode. So how was your day, and are you ready to dive on in it?
Girl, first of all, my day was fine, but I don't know. It's just a lot with these couples. They doing way too much. Ikichi, I didn't think that there was a way that I could dislike him even more, but the ingenuineness of him just made me just like, you had an opportunity to be real for once. Just be real. And you still didn't take the opportunity to be real. I cannot stand the little people, Dr. Pia and them. They not doing what they supposed to do. They're not doing the right thing. They're not saying the right thing. And I don't like how we get one information on the after show and get something else in the show. It's just, it's a lot.
Baby, that after show, if you don't watch the after show, you don't know really what's good or what's going on. So if you guys are not watching the after show, I'm gonna need y'all to do that. And before we go any further, honey, we are going to introduce a segment on tonight and give you the opportunity to let us know what you think. And I'm calling this segment Truth Hurts. For a super chat of just $4.99, honey, you can get us to talk about any situation, scenario, or person from the episode tonight. So I'm going to run this, and then we are going to dive into these couples.
I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems. That's the human in me. Bling, bling, then I solve them. That's the goddess in me. You put her at a bad bitch, not the middle. Help you with your career, just a little. You better hold me down, but you holding me back. And that's the sound, I mean I'm calling you back. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out of my hair. Fresh photos with the bottom lighting. New man on the Minnesota Vikings. True first needed something more exciting. You tried to break my heart, oh that breaks my heart. That you thought you ever had it, no you ain't from the start. Hey, I'm glad you're back with you. I mean, who would wanna hide this? I will never, ever be your side chick. I put the sting, getting single. Ain't worried about a ring on my finger. So you can tell your friend, shoot your shot when you see him. It's okay, he already in my DM. Why men great to the
Why men great till they gotta be great? But I'm not gonna come down on all men because we know that there are good men out there. And so let's start with this first couple, Camille and Thomas, child. Camille and Thomas. So basically, y'all, in this episode, this was the episode where the experts requested unsolicited childhood trauma, right? We wanted to dive into the people's terrible paths and youths and childhood, and we wanted to make them cry. I feel like that was the motivation of 90% of the experts on this episode. You ain't cried before. We need tears for fears for this season, for this episode. And I feel like we opened up boxes that we probably shouldn't have opened right now. I don't think it was necessary, namely with Camille and Thomas. Needless tears and letters to our younger self. Y'all, not much shook with these two. We find out that Camille was parentified as a child, honey. She had to step in while her parents went through the 10-year divorce, apparently. And Thomas loved it because he said, I've never seen her cry before. She's vulnerable. She opened up. They got an assignment where they had to write letters to the younger selves and kind of tell them about life and guide them through. EJ, I'm going to start with you. Needless tears and letters to your younger self. What did you think about Camille and Thomas this episode? And were you here for the exercise, for the assignment?
I feel like there are certain couples that need certain exercises. I don't think it was necessary for Camille and Thomas to have this exercise, to be honest. I like Camille and Thomas just as they are. I don't really need them to go any deeper. I feel like they do it just fine on their own. Was it interesting and nice hearing about, just some of their differences and kind of hearing Camille's background? It was okay. But it just wasn't nothing that I was like, oh my God, I just want to, I just didn't feel like it was it wasn't necessary, say it like that. But was it cool? Yeah. But I just want to see them continue to grow and just do what they've been doing. I mean, if it ain't broke, why are we trying to fix something that's not broke? Like, we needed to be trying to get Ikichi to write letters to from his younger self, because I need to know what the hell, like, not this.
Oh my gosh, not Akichi needed that. That would be his next book, y'all. But we have a special guest. I'm so glad she made it. I see her in the building. Karla over at Pretty Real TV. Hey, girl. Oh, no. Oh, there she goes. I said, what's she up to? There she go. Hey, welcome.
I'm back. I got it, y'all.
Welcome.
We are so glad to have you. Welcome.
Good evening, ladies. Y'all so cute.
Hey, girl.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's looking real beautiful tonight.
Absolutely. But we are so glad to have you. So I'm going to come to you right now because I want to know overall thoughts of the episode. And then I want to know your take on Camille and Thomas this episode, the needless tears and the letters to our younger self, sis.
Baby, them people had pissed me off this week. Them people had pissed me the hell off. Okay. Let's start with Camille and Thomas. I like him. I just think she gonna miss her man if she don't get it together. That letter was it was cute. She keep it real surface level with him. She don't go too deep, and the fact that she stands on the fact that this is the one cry you gonna get for the year is like, that's not cute, boo. That's not cute.
It's a red flag. A red flag.
Yes, and he's just always with a smirk. He's like, okay. Okay, well, hopefully, we can change those things. Him and the earrings. I don't know. Like, I like them. They're the only couple I feel like is possibly gonna make it. But baby, this week was them experts,
Dry. We're gonna get into them. We have a whole slide just for the experts because I feel like they're to blame for every issue that we see taking place. Now, Tyra, you've had a journey with Thomas. Thomas went from a serial unaliver in your eyes with the droopy eyes, okay, to now, I mean, he's one of the top selections of the menfolk on the show so far. I want to know what you thought about this dry interaction. Why are they digging up this stuff from childhood? Why are they digging it up? What's the reason?
I don't know. You know, we millennials, we won't be we train to suppress and go. So this is healthy in its own right. But my gripe with this show is when they find something, they will drag it out longer than it needs to be just for like per episode. So instead of it just being just like one little pivotal moment, we're gonna make it the entire episode. I didn't care for this. Like you already know Thomas be over there reporting damn news, okay? It puts me to sleep, and I can only take so much of him talking. I love him to death. I have long been removed from me thinking he got bodies in the basement and a knife in his pocket. The serial killer has left. But I don't want to hear Thomas talking for an extended period of time. And it's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm just so happy that I actually got to see you cry. That's the first time I ever saw you. It makes me feel better about. I'm like, okay, all right, but they kept just driving it. My issue with Camille is she seems to have like a wall up. It's like, what is this strong? Like, I think she's guarded because maybe she's scared that the bottom's gonna fall out of this. Maybe Thomas is too good to be true, and that's when she's now requesting that he be smooth on the R&B tip because he needs to just be black. Can you be a little blacker? Can you be a little smoother? Can you be a little bit more Negro? We're finally past that, and I feel like she's gonna kind of find something else because why would there necessarily be a need to say like I just normally don't, and I understand some people want to come off as strong, but like sis, let that go. But yeah, them in this episode was the equivalent of, you know, my hair would have been down my back if my mama didn't give me that perm in the third grade. Like I don't want to hear that. I can't. I'm just sorry. Just the generation we come from, unhealthy or healthy or not, us still kind of griping with like when I was 7, my parents divorced. I'm like, oh, all right.
I mean, if it served a genuine purpose, if I felt like the experts meant her good by going down this rabbit hole, fine. But I feel like they get all these emotions wound up, and then you provide no aftercare from what we can see. And then she's faced with this man. She is definitely going to ruin this. She's definitely going to self-sabotage it. I said, well, damn, Tommy, I thought you put it down in the bedroom. She was buying you jewelry. The next episode, I said, where are we coming so far? And then when I see the previews, I'm even more pissed off because Camille, what's wrong with you, girl? Maybe she's just so used to being with a certain type of person, she can't appreciate what's in front of her. And I agree with Karla, honey. You finna miss your blessing. I think you're gonna miss your blessing. I think you're going to miss your blessing. Even on down this road, honey, let's go on and deal with these people. Michelle and David, she won't go back to the farm and the baby gap looks because take them little jackets off that man. Why? And what are these date night looks? Like, girl, do you work for GQ, for Vogue? Like, are you a part of a fashion house that we don't know? Y'all, I told y'all that man didn't have no savings. I told you he was a brokey. I told you he was living in that basement, spending every check from that second shift job. I knew it in my heart. And it was proven to be true. That man said, well, I don't really have much savings to speak of. And she said, well, when do you think you'll be ready to get this two bedroom walk up? About 2 years, sir. And she said, listen, I was born poor. She said, we had that EBT card. I had the green lunch pass at school, and I didn't like it. I'm never going hungry again. I'm never going back there. But in order to fix all this, Michelle, you just need to deal with it, okay? Just stay with this man, deal with it. He's in progress. He has everything else you need. And again, this is where the experts get my hunches up because Michelle is awful. Okay, we've seen it. You're awful. However, she's not wrong for not wanting a brokey. She's not wrong for that. Then we go over with her friend, which I was like, okay, this is interesting. And we are shopping looks for him where all he buys is a jean jacket. And I'm like, you just talked about him in his jorts, in his jean shorts, and now he's getting a denim jacket. I don't know what the point of it was. I think this was just the producer's way of giving them footage. Karla at Pretty Real TV, I'm going to start with you. Talk to me about these people. Talk to me about Michelle, and David.
See, this is what I was thinking, sis. Let me tell you what I was thinking. I was like, Heifer, he just told you he ain't got no coin. Why the hell y'all shopping? That was my thought at first. Like, why are you taking him to elevate his style when your ass is in the Target Old Navy looking dress? Like, I didn't get what you was elevating besides him. He didn't put on nothing but a jacket. And I feel like, girl, how many experts is going? They're literally. I think you've had 3 experts at this point. All of them have told you your childhood is making you dislike this man. Now, granted, I was optimistic. I literally said he might got a little coin. We don't know. Just because he laying between the wash and the dryer. Let's not speculate. But baby, he didn't set out his own mouth this week. He was like, I ain't got it. I'm broker than a joke. So I was like, well, then when you tell somebody you gonna take about 2 years, really 4, because this Chicago, to buy a house, I was like, okay, I see her. I see she probably need to run. She already done, but she probably just need to run. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Run to the hills from whence cometh your help, sis. Because I could have told you in the honeymoon, girl, he wasn't ever gonna be it for you. Tyra, talk to me about it. Michelle and David, girl, and his looks.
You know, I never thought he had a dime. You can tell when a man ain't got a dime. You know, like you knew she was bald headed. You knew she had no damn hair. We knew he didn't have no money. As soon as we met his family, and it's very, you know, my son, my one and only, my king, he can do no wrong. We all love him. Like it was giving that. It wasn't no way in hell that he was sitting down there in the basement living his best life in his single man rent a room, saving any money. He's very comfortable. He hasn't had to achieve or do much, but you know, as in Ashley would say, worked in the second shift jobs. You know, get your coin. But he hasn't had to rearrange his life to cater to a woman or adjust his lifestyle. He been bringing bras to the basement, and they been coming in there. He been knocking them down and going to work out in the morning and go back to work. He's been in his little routine. Like I knew he ain't had no coin. I just wish he would have said that, but it didn't matter here because once we requested our man, it was just all we needed, a light skinned black man, and we didn't say anything else. And they was petty for going. They was petty for doing this and also giving her like, oh, you said you ain't got no problem with a basement? Fine, girl. He gonna live literally with his parents in the basement. All right. Them in these tiny Tim ass suits. Like, now I'm not gonna say suit jacket. The way David looked like he was on the way to park a car. And she was looking like, you know what? I see it. He looked like a damn valet. And she was like, oh, yes, finally, something. I'm like, he looks exactly the same. We didn't do anything. And then we're in this little rink-a-dink ass boutique. I'm like, first of all, these things probably cost a pretty penny, and he looks no different. And meanwhile, David's like, yeah, I mean, I'll take one. I just take 2, you know, just wrap it up. I'm just, yeah. Don't bring this man in here. There is no amount of valet suit jackets that are going to make him attractive if his bank account is still on nothing and he's living with his parents.
On E. Shout out to Nikki over at A Night of Horror. If horror is your bag, go over there and see about our good sis for the $4.99 super chat. These the most unexpert experts I done ever seen. I guess anybody can be an expert, child. And I want to tell you, Nikki, it wasn't always this way. I've watched since season 1, and it seemed to me that they used to be genuine. I don't know if the money got to them. I don't know if it was the fame. I don't know what it is. But these are not the same people to me. DeMarcus, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Congratulations on 6K subs, Ashley. I know that's right. Thank you.
Yay!
And last but not least, EJ, talk to me about bro, because you were the one that was holding out faith for David. You really had hope. You were like, nah, y'all just give him a chance. And he said it. He said, baby, I ain't got no savings to speak of. And it's going to be 2 years for that 2 baby.
Listen, I'm going to come up in here humbly, as we do know how. You know how they say in church. I'm going to come in here humbly. I was wrong.
Come on, sis.
I was wrong. I'm walking through it. I was wrong. Yes, I really had a lot of hope, girl. Like I was trying to, I was hoping that there was this savings and there was gonna be this big moment where David was like, boom, and then I was gonna say, see, I told y'all that he had that savings, but David just messed all of that up for me, and we're not even through half the season yet, and I don't appreciate that because apparently we got so much more to go. Now what? So yeah, y'all was right and I was wrong, and you know I owe y'all an apology. I'm sorry.
Okay, it is okay, EJ. I was glad that somebody kept the faith that this brother had something tucked away, and it was all, hey, I have been in here because that was the perception from the family and the friends. He's been here, but I don't have much overhead, so I'm able to save and tuck things away. Like it's beneficial me living here with my parents. No, you're comfortable, so you're not saving.
Yeah, as
Exactly. And
many would do. It takes a very disciplined person to be in a situation where they don't have to cook, clean, pay no bills to save money. They like, I'm living free in a fancy car, riding for free in a fancy car, EJ.
exactly. So I really thought, because I'm like, if I were in that situation, man, I'd be stacking up so much money. You couldn't tell me nothing. But okay, that's what David did. But beyond that, she still ain't ish, y'all. I still can't stand her. I still don't like her. I don't like her attitude. I don't like nothing about it. First of all, we're pretending. And I feel like that's the name of this episode. It should have been pretend, because Michelle has been pretending for the longest. She don't want to look bad. So she needs to say that I did everything that I could in order to try to make this work. See, y'all, I'm trying. When in reality, no, you're not trying. She ain't trying. Like, you gonna take him and he literally looked the same. He had on jeans and a jean jacket. That is not a trend. That trend left a long time ago. I'm not a fashion expert, but I know that is no longer a trend unless it spit the block and I don't know about it. But it is what it is. That wasn't a trend. I didn't like that jacket. I didn't like nothing about this whole situation. I just want her to say, I don't want to be with you. Like she's been saying it, but just keep it real. Just stand on it. She should have been walked away. Period.
Michelle always moving like she come from money, so it's just confusing.
Okay,
She worked
because she don't. And listen, and one more thing. I like getting free lunch. I don't know where Michelle is coming from. Listen, free lunch was a thing, okay? You never knew what. Back in the day when they had the free lunch, they had good lunches. Before they was like, we can't have this and we can't have that. That was some good lunch. She needs to get off the high horse talking about them dogs. I was happy to get free lunch. You know how many people wanted that free lunch? Stop playing, Michelle, with me with this free lunch.
And embarrassed and traumatized.
I wasn't ashamed at all. Free lunch.
I mean, at least David had a moment of like, oh, I feel closer to her. She told, I never knew she came from, humble means.
As much as she said it, I don't know how he didn't know it.
I'm gonna go out of order a little bit because I was gonna go to Alan and Madison first, but somebody in the situation. Let's go to Juancho. Let's go to Juancho and Karla and Juancho.
Oh hell no.
And I mean, rocks Pilates and business consultations. You know what I'm saying? Like she had her notebook out. And here's my theory. I guess the universe or the rocks, the stones, or the trees told her, girl, you need to change up your rhythm. You need to change up your outlook because Juancho can't stand you. At this point, Juanchito, he's over you and your unhoused, jobless self. So you need to act like you're actually ready to build. So she decides that she's going to sit with him, have sushi. He's going to eat like this is the last meal anyone's ever going to buy him. And she is going to pick his brain about business. And he says, baby girl, you can be as big as the moon and the stars. You can do this, girl. Here's what you need to do. You get your own, your own booth, but you open it up. And if you prove yourself to be a good leader, you hire other people. And she's like, oh yeah, I really can. And she's jotting down her notes. And he's like, yeah. Eating that sushi. He was tearing up that sashimi, y'all. And so she says, after, I love this. I'm so glad you're in my life. I want you to enter into my world. Let's do Pilates. Let's go. And so we do Pilates. It's very awkward, strange. She talks about this is the woman I want my life to be modeled after. And he's like, okay, this was great. Y'all, this is not steam heat. It'll never be steam heat. These people are just in it, I guess, for the screen time at this point. Maybe she's in it for a check. I hope they're giving her a stipend so that she will have some place to live after this because she'll never live with Juan. Juan's not going to pay for anything for her. He's not going to subsidize her life. This is over. Have they touched? Like, have they hugged since they've been married? Has he kissed her on the cheek?
That underwater picture.
Oh yeah.
The underwater picture is as close as they got.
It's just, I just don't get, it's just nothing. It's nothing. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, and y'all can disagree with me, I don't think he wanted a wife. I honestly think he wanted a business partner. He wanted a strong woman who was working, who could support him while he's cash poor. Because he says he puts all his money into this business. Child, I still ain't seen what they really do in this construction firm. Tyra, I'm gonna start with you. Talk to me about Karla and Juancho, the rocks, the Pilates, the business consultations. Do you think she bought him a stone, a smooth stone? To take
Girl, hell no. Carla ain't got no money. Um, Carla is David with a bust down middle part. There's no real plan in place, and at least David has a job or two. Carla, every time I see Carla, I just sing Eve's great, no matter where she goes. It's just like just cotton and butterflies in her head and breezes and just tumbleweed blowing across. You got no damn plan. Like it's it just feels very childish. These conversations, like he's talking to an aspiring. You remember career day in school when it's just like you can be anything. I can be anything I want to be. Really? I want to be a doctor. Shut up, Carla. We don't have time. We don't be having time for this, Carla. Just be a damn astronaut at this point. This facade that they're getting closer and him just, oh, I'm enjoying the Pilates and I'm going to share my business mindedness with you and you're going to show me a side of you and the rocks and the moon water and the crystals and the whole nine and all those good things. But realistically, Carla doesn't have a plan.
No, baby.
Carla doesn't have a plan. And if she don't have a plan, she don't have no job. If she don't have no job, she don't have no money. If she don't have no money, Juanito has checked out at the honeymoon. He been checked out and they never checked the hell back in. So this is just crazy. But I just like how Carla, she just be bopping along to whatever the hell is left in her head.
Just in a dream state.
At least one wasn't rude, this episode. I give him that. He didn't do nothing to make me go like, here you go acting broke. I'm tired of you acting like this.
I mean, it just doesn't. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And the people in the comments talk about, oh, he's not broke. He's just investing everything in the business. Baby, that's broke. Like, just because you have a business don't mean you got coins. And that's okay. His apartment does not give wealth. It does not give affluence. It does not give, it doesn't give any of that. Poor stink. It don't. And it's okay. He's building. Let that man build. But you shouldn't have been on here looking for a wife, in my opinion. DeMarcus with another $5 super chat. We appreciate you. Which show is better, Love After Lockup or Married at First Sight? Child, these are two different genres, baby. Like they're both reality, but I can't put them. It's like apples and oranges. But Karla, do you have a response to this? Which show is
better? One is about prison.
Mm-hmm.
One's about marriage. They're not the same. They're not the same shows, Pookie. They're just not.
Both offer entertainment value, DeMarcus, for different reasons. Tyra, you recently watched your first episode.
Yeah, you already know I'm going. You just showed me Love After Lockup a couple weeks ago. It looked real ratchet over there. I'm gonna go with that one.
EJ, what about you? Married at First Sight or Love After Lockup?
Love After Lockup all day long, baby.
It's messy. I'll say that.
It's messy.
And shout out to TNT Bandits. We appreciate you so much. And I see you in the comments, always chiming in, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. She's trying not to look bad and looking horrible. Listen, Karla lied. Karla lied to these experts about what she wanted. Karla lied about who she was. This heifer said that she was an entrepreneur. That's what she said, y'all. I ran it back. She said it.
Well, we knew she wasn't there when that damn sound bowl was in that storage with dirt in it. What's going on in here? What's going on in here?
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, go ahead.
I see why she doesn't live. The men she has lived with in the past put her ass out. I can see she has no direction. She is a lost adult. She dreams a lot. Like she a hairstylist with crystals. She want to do tarot cards and all that, but. Yeah, I can see why her things are in storage. Yeah, she
said everybody put her out. Everybody, EJ.
Yeah, she did. She said everybody. She said, and I just want to have equal say. Well, if you're not working because you can't be managed, then bitch, you ain't got no equal say. You do what I say do, or you gonna get put out.
It's my way or the highway. Okay.
Pay some rent, pay an electric and gas bill, something like that, so you can earn your keep. Because walking around looking like a ballerina and a dancer every day is not gonna cut it, Pookie. And I ain't seen her flat iron shit since she been on this show.
Girl, she was cutting hair in the bathroom, and I said, "What is happening here?" I said, "Is this the hair that you do, man?"
All I have seen her do is flaunt her tail on this show with midriffs. That's it. I ain't seen her say I got an 8 o'clock appointment. I ain't seen her say, oh my God, like I think I want to own my own salon suite. She ain't said no. She just popped up at this man's job like I can't be managed. I quit.
He said, "You can't be stupid and dumb."
Thank you. You can't be stupid and dumb. What's the plan? She was like, I'm gonna go to New York. He was like, and do what? Stay where? With what money? She's like, I haven't thought that far yet. I was like, you don't think at all. Your ass gonna be homeless in New York.
She's never had to. I think she's always had somebody that she could lean
Mm-hmm.
or depend
That's
on.
why her mom and daddy, they were smart. They said, we will not come on this show. Hell no. We know who we raised. Airhead.
Oh Lord, EJ, talk to me about Karla and Juancho.
Well, oh, Karla and Juan. I will say this. Karla said, look, I am going to show him, like, if I cannot get him to invest in my beauty, invest in, really just want me, because I just want this man to want me. I want to feel wanted. I want to feel, all of that. So I'm going to come with a plan, because all he wants is structure, because Juan wants structure. So I'm going to give him structure. Girl, I see no structure in none of that plan that she was throwing out there. It was still an unstructured plan when it was all said and done. Karla really doesn't know exactly what it is that she's trying to do, but she knows that she wants to do something. She knows that Juan sees things from a certain perspective. And I think, I think you're right. From the beginning, Juan never really wanted a wife. He always wanted a business partner, someone he can sit and talk numbers with and, figure out how you're going to get from here to here. And he wanted, as long as that person was moving forward, as long as they were trying to build their business, I feel like Juan would do more. Like he would do more. He would be invested in that whole, what she's looking for, that intimacy, all of that stuff. Like, I feel like he would actually do that. But because she's not really that, you see how he lit up when he said, she's actually trying. Da, da, da. It's like he was like a kid at the candy store. He just lit up all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, okay, Juan. But it's not anything that we didn't know from the beginning. We already kind of peeped where Juan was in his whole thing. Like Karla is not his speed. Yes, they look good together. Yes, she's pretty. Yes, he's attracted to her, but he is not attracted to her unwillingness to work. He is not attracted to no job. And that's where her problem is. And they ain't never going to work. And listen, Juan said, okay, we're going to go do this. I don't understand how we going to have a salon with the Pilates, with the, I don't know how all of them, I know I don't want to go work, but I go to get my hair done. I want to go relax. There is no world where I want to go exercise. That's just me though, but I could be wrong. There might be people out there and I don't want to get my fortune read either. I just want to get my hair done. Maybe some nails, but I don't know if I want to get my doggone fortune read. I don't know, y'all. It's just weird to me.
It is. KIM, we appreciate you so much. Sends a heart and a $2 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can I say something?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I was coming right to you.
I just got a quick question. Y'all know she ain't servicing nobody black, because no black woman is going to get their hair done and then go sweat.
Hell no.
Karla's totally different. Karla just, she is a space cadet of the highest order. When I saw her in that beginning reel when she was hugging them trees and rolling around in the leaves in her good clothes, I said, yeah, Karla's different. And I think it's okay to be different. You muted, Tyra. I think Juan is like, and there's nothing, I want to say this, there's nothing wrong with wanting a partner in your spouse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Someone to partner with you in life on your future endeavors. There's nothing wrong with that. But he basically gives that's all you can offer him at the moment. Like, if you're not coming with that, there's nothing else that you can offer me. Karla, did you have any final thoughts on Karla and Juancho before we go over there to Alan and Madison?
Yeah, no.
Tyra, you're muted.
Yeah, I said I think I want to see his face when he asked her for startup money. Because who else in this business talk? What's gonna happen when you asking for some startup money? And I assumed like when she was all polite, I was hoping she meant the damn atmosphere. Like, oh, just the vibes of it all. Ain't no way in hell nobody's doing Pilates and getting their hair done. I would hope that that wouldn't be the mix.
That was the idea.
That's funny.
Did you have final thoughts on them? Pretty Real TV.
I ain't got that girl ain't gonna make it. Hell, move on. Ain't gonna
She said,
baby, she's too much of like you said, she's just too much of an airhead. She's a dreamer, and there's nothing wrong with dreaming, but baby, at your age, your big age, you gotta have a plan. That's all.
gotta have a plan, honey.
Yeah.
Now, this, I was actually, okay, so here's the thing. Alan both pissed me off and made me proud in the same episode. Because at the end of the day, while I do not believe Madison gave a damn about him driving home, I don't think she cared one lick. Alan, you can't be on this TV, national TV, driving drunk, sir. You can't drive drunk, period. But you really can't do this, okay? I know you ain't want to share that bed with her. I know you over her. I know you know she knows she don't want you, and I think you're finally getting that realization. You know that they meet with the experts, and basically the experts still on that same BS. Well, you know the reason she treats you like this is because of her mama, Alan. So you need to allow her more grace. That's what I took from the conversation. And my thing is, how much he got to change? He's in the confessional talking about she don't mind when David hug her. She don't mind when the other ladies hug her. I said, David, you said David specifically. I told y'all she's the whore of Babylon. And David is that man that she is busting it down for because Alan can't even get a whiff. Baby, she kissed that man on the cheek. Like she does, and what bothers me is that the experts, and we'll get to the experts right after this, the experts are forever trying to make the other person modify to the problematic one in my mind. No, Alan, you just need to give her more time. Have you tried this? Have you tried changing this much more of yourself? Why don't you change this? By the time they're done, there will be nothing left of him. Karla, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of Alan and Madison? What did you think of the drunk driving, honey, and his all of a sudden epiphany that she don't want him?
He been first off, oh boy, no, she didn't want him when she didn't come home the first day they moved in. Let's be clear. He sees that they just played tennis and he asks, if I win, can I get a kiss? He playing games with her, trying to gauge the level of intimacy with her. He sees that. I'm pretty sure he can read the room. Okay, the girl ain't coming home. She at the bar more than she at the house. And then when they are together, she don't want to do nothing but run around in leotards and do sports activities with him. And he out of breath. Okay, he don't look. He knows this. He just trying to see if she gonna be honest enough and say it ain't had nothing to do with her drunk ass mama. Didn't have nothing to do with it. Mama been hitting the bottle. Mama gonna continue to hit the bottle. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And she wouldn't even answer the question. That's my thing. When he asked her straight, point blank, are you physically attracted to me? She named all the qualities that are well. He said it. Did he not? He said, all these qualities are great, but I need more. Because that's not going to sustain me.
Question. I'm like, Heifer, how is it weird? This is your spouse. He's
Yeah.
allowed to ask if you're attracted to him. If you want to smash him down. Like to me, Alan ain't a bad looking man. I'm gonna take Alan down if he my husband because he finna pay 100% of the bills.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay with them butterfly shirts. Turtles, butterflies, whatever the hell he got rocking. I'm cool with it. That's a man that'll pay some bills. And he like going on the south side and hanging in the hood.
With the blacks. Absolutely.
Because he knew who Bone Thugs and Harmony was on the second episode. I said, I like him.
We like Al. We love a diverse friend group.
He called his car a hoopty.
And she said, that's weird. What's that?
That's weird. What is that? I said, oh, hell no. They ain't going to make it either. He need balance.
I think what his holdup has been, because he is long suffering, honey. I don't know. I don't know where he got all of this long suffering from, but he has really been holding on and trying. And here's what she'll do. I think he'll almost be to the point like, okay, I'm going to stop trying. And she will give him a little piece of something. Like she gave him that raggedy birthday cake, but then left him at the club the same night. Or she'll say, no, I really appreciated you. I'm going to try 110%. And it gives him like this little bitty lifeline to keep holding on. But she doesn't mean it, Tyra. She don't mean it. Talk to me about Alan and Madison.
Girl, every episode, do you want me? Do you love me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Is this really your real phone number? Every episode, and I'm like, oh, we gotta take him through this every single time. And meanwhile, she's just sitting there like, did you have to wear the damn butterfly button down? Like she just be over it. I just felt her seethed and embarrassed to be there with him with that damn shirt on. Like the whole the drinking thing, that was never going to be okay. And that wasn't going to be okay. They didn't really make it clear because where Alan is like, because nobody's perfect. A lot of people go and have a beer or two at the bar and get in their car and go, but Madison was at the height of like, you had multiple drug, like I have 1, 2, maybe 3 drinks. I'm an alcoholic now. Like you was over there being an alcoholic, and it looked like you was having 1 too many drinks. And it's just like, well, no, I didn't think that you were over the limit, but it's just the point, understandably. And I was like, look, I was just going 15 minutes. It wasn't even about that. Alan said, I'm going home. I'm trying to have I had a couple drinks. I'm tired of sleeping in this bed with you, and I can't even touch you. Honestly, I'm not cuddling with you. You're not holding my hand. You're not affectionate to me. I'm gonna go home so I can have a good night's sleep. Even if I done had a couple beers. Alan, don't do that anymore. That did not look well. They were matched because when we met them, they seemed to have so much in common, all the way down to their traumas and what they experienced with their parents. And it was just like, oh, this is really perfect. They're both growing from that emotional state. They're both, seem to be financially secure. Alan's a man's man. He ain't no 50-50. This is not Juanito, okay? He wants nothing but a wife at home and maybe some pitter patter and some feet. And meanwhile, she just finds him so gross. Like I was so proud of him that he actually acted like, are you attracted to me? Alan tired. Alan's like, I've been patient. I've been doing workouts and shit about to pull my left limb. All this exercising and mountain climbing and shit you got me doing every single episode. I'm just tired. Like, do you want me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Girl, I've been waiting. He's been waiting for her for so long. And it's like, y'all ain't even been married. They didn't be married for that long, but every single moment is him pining away for the attention. And she just can't be honest. I think the way you, EJ, feel about Michelle is how I feel about Madison. Because I feel like, at least with her, she's honest. She will flat out say, what the hell are you wearing? Like, yeah, I don't see us going no damn where. I'm not feeling it. Here, she gives him that false hope and, I'm going to give you a kiss on, you didn't specify. I'm going to give you a little like 50 feet, stay over there. We're on a date, but we're going to have date with dimensions where you're on the other goddamn side of the fence because I don't want you near me. Like, she's weird. And I just wish that she would say it. I'm just waiting for the pop off because we already know, even with all of this exchange, girl, you over there rubbing on David with his big bare hands. I know where you at. Mm-hmm. We know where you at and why you're staying out and why you don't want to come home, girl. You is over there rubbing. And the fact that he noticed it and he's following his intuition, like he ain't saying nothing about, I'm just over here, you're over there hugging on Thomas. And Thomas like, yeah. Now, you weren't hugging on Thomas. Ain't nobody hugging on Ike Turner. Ain't nobody hugging Ike. Girl, you feel really comfortable with David. And I think that shook her. She's like, that's a weird question. Why are you stuttering? She felt caught. She felt caught. And I can't wait until he packs his raggedy duffel bag filled with his butterfly shirt, his little broccoli underwear, and gets the hell away from this lady.
Yeah. And goes back to his well-appointed home because let's not get it twisted. He has a home. You could be over there down in David's basement if you want to. EJ, talk to me about Alan and Madison.
Girl, absolutely. My sentiments exactly. I don't know what the problem is with Madison. Alan, I like Alan. I think Alan has his own lane and his own style when it comes to fashion. And I think that's a good thing for anybody. Like, why would you want to chip away at a person and continue to take pieces of them? Then they're no longer that person. Why are we doing that? When Alan came into this, we had this bubbly guy always making jokes, just always the fun person in the party. And he's probably used to that, being the life of the party with his, with his friends and his friend group and all that type of stuff. And Madison just keeps slowly digging at that and slowly taking it away, to the point when we were on this episode and when we're looking at the situation and he's talking about he's going to go home. I said, out of all the people, Alan wants to go home to sleep in his bed. What has happened in these days that we don't get to see that is causing Alan, out of all the people, to want to go home, like to want to go sleep in his bed because he can't sleep. So I know that there is something more to it. And Alan is fed up. And from our perspectives of what we've seen, I've been fed up for him a long time ago. I've been waiting on this Alan to show up because I knew he had it in him. I wanted him to go deeper. I wanted him to just be a little more blunt with it. Okay. I wanted him to just go in.
Out.
I mean, he could have, and I would have stood by it and said, I approve this message. But, a lot of people are going to look at this and look at Madison and say, oh, but she's trying. No, it's real fake. It's not a real try. That man straight up asked you a question, and all you got to do is just be honest about it and be real about it. You left that man there in the hot tub by himself on the first day of the thing. And I think that was when he had just lost somebody, if I can't remember, but I think he had lost was it a family, somebody he had lost,
a close
friend, and she left him there. She didn't like him then. She still don't like him. She's pretending that she's fronting for the camera so that when it's all said and done, oh, I tried. Oh, I'm really trying. I really tried. No, you're not trying, Madison, and you're a horrible person. And I'm starting to think that you might be right. That was a very specific name to mention. There's so many other people that he could have mentioned, but for you to go straight in with David, you got to listen to your intuition. When something is telling you something, listen to it. And I think that that's where he's at right now. He sees it and he actually gets it. Like, there's no more, I think I can. It's like the little engine that could. He's like, you know what? I'm done and I'm through with it. And he's showing that now. And now I feel like people are going to look at it and be like, oh, Alan isn't trying. No, Alan is a person that is fed up and done. And I hope he do not fall for anything else that she has to say, because when he asked her straight up and she just says, what kind of question? What do you mean? What kind of question is that? That's like a valid question that he should be asking. If we're going to be in this experiment, if we're not going to be vulnerable, if we're not going to be honest, then what the heck is the point in being in this marriage? Then this type of marriage, when you got to get to know people like quickly, what's the point? Like, I just don't understand some of these people. I don't understand her, and I don't understand Ikichi. They just, it's just dumb.
It's because these folks, these manipulators, these fake, he should have been with MM. Like, just go over there with MM, please. Alan, go over there with MM. It would be so much better. Y'all would complement each other very well.
Lord, I'm just over her. I'm over looking at her. I'm just sick of seeing her, child. Get her out of there. Get her out of there. I just feel like anybody deserves better than that. And just because you have to film as a part of your contract doesn't mean you need to drag somebody down the primrose path. I honestly just feel like she's thinking this is not going to look as bad as it does. I think she thinks she's saving face, but it just honestly makes her look like a monster in my mind. Did everyone get a chance to speak on Alan and Madison?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I'm going to run the commercial one more time, and we're going to get into the experts and the final couple, honey, because I had to save them for last because I got a lot to say.
I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch, even when I'm crying crazy. Yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me. You put her at a bad bitch, knock a middle. Help you with your career, just a little. You supposed to hold me down, but you holding me back. And that's the sound, I mean I'm calling you back. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out of my hair. Fresh photos with the bottom lighting. New man on the Minnesota Vikings. True first needed something more exciting. You tried to break my heart, oh that breaks my heart. That you thought you ever had it, no you ain't from the start. Hey, I'm glad you're back with you. I mean, who would wanna hide this? I will never, ever, 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 ever be your side chick. I put the sting in single, ain't worried about a ring on my finger, so you can tell your friend, shoot your shot when you see him. It's okay, he already in my DM. Why men great till they gotta
It's okay. David already in her DM.
Already in the DM. So word on the street, per Miss Honey, over on Kojo, you Black Book, is it Little Black Book 81? I believe that's Kojo's channel name. Says that, oh goodness, somebody from the show, it's unconfirmed, said they saw David and Madison together at Target recently, but she can't show proof until after the show is done. Child, I know it. When I saw them big hands in the season preview, I knew exactly. I knew she was with David since the beginning. I knew she was with the genie of the lamp of Agrabah at the very beginning. I knew that's where she was over there. But this is the real problem, y'all. And before we get into the final couple, I feel like these people are dangerous and problematic. I feel like they are encouraging the worst of behaviors. I feel like they are encouraging and promoting people to go and put themselves in harmful and dangerous situations. And I'll start with Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, at your big, gargantuan, advanced age, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, ma'am. You ought to be ashamed of yourself because you've been here the longest. I think she was an anthropologist, and I originally thought Dr. Pepper was one of my favorite experts. Like, she was the one that would come in, she was reasonable, level-headed, but she was going to tell the truth for both sides. If she felt like something was problematic, she was going to speak to it. And I feel like now all of her advice has still been very, you bend, you do all the bending, they don't have to do anything. I think, and like I said in my upload, I feel like compromise is one thing, but when you go into telling someone that they need to change their entire being in order to become palatable or likable to someone, it's irresponsible and dangerous because not only does it play with their self-esteem, it has to mess with somebody's psyche. Like, am I not good enough as I am to be loved, to be accepted? And they're basically saying, no, you're not. Pastor Cal, and I don't even want to call him Pastor. I don't, because I feel like he should have taken that moment to check Akechi. And he touched on, oh, well, you didn't disrespect, or we'll get into it. But, sir, you should have read him the riot act. You see what this is. You see what type of man he is. You see how weak he is. And the idea that you're like, okay, but I still think you need to talk to her. I still think you need to be back in her presence, knowing that all Akechi is going to do is continue to drag her down. And then Dr. Pia, she done called 2 women of color this season spicy for in my opinion, no reason. All said was, that's a fact. It's a fact. On paper, she is married to that weirdo. And Karla just wanted to be heard in her session, and she was spicy too. I don't know what Dr. Pia is on. She's the one who introduced that violated consent verbiage as well. I don't know what to make of none of them. I don't like any of them. I feel like they're dangerous. I feel like they shouldn't be doing this anymore. I feel like we need a new batch of experts. Pretty Girl TV, Pretty Real TV, I'm gonna start with you.
You're right. I mean, I'm gonna say you right when you right. The conversation with Juicy Face, Dr. Pepper. First of all, that conversation about childhood trauma should have happened episodes ago. We almost to the end. Why are we talking about childhood trauma when after they met the parents, that should have been a conversation to open them up. And allow them to after the honeymoon to allow vulnerability to come through. Mm-hmm. First, socks, Pastor Cal. I cannot believe that you did not chin check this fool about this good Black woman on TV. Like you were like, kind of like, she's doing too much. You actually acknowledged. You said, she's doing too much. Oh, well, I know she's, she could be a little much and maybe a little, strong. What the hell are you talking about? Are you not married to a Black woman? We all can be strong. And why is she doing too much? Because she asking valid questions about this man's life and he being a secret squirrel. And Pia, girl, you must be pregnant. Maybe that's when she found out she was pregnant. Because the stuff she been talking about, like the girl can't, you telling her she's spicy. You telling her not to feel how she feel. And then what really pissed me off, you gonna make this Black woman ask this man to move back in.
Mm-hmm. That's what they did.
I want you guys to move back in. So, little girl, ask that man to move back in. How dare you? And then for that woman, which hurt my feelings, that man said in front of everybody, I mean, I will, but I'm not happy about it. Damn, how would you feel?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all
I guess black
pushing
women
this.
aren't allowed to have
Y'all
emotions.
pushing this.
Yeah, they are.
But we're not allowed to feel the way we feel or aggressive. I heard that in my comments. I heard that from my last videos. Aggression. Aggressive is not a bad word. Like hell, you become a black woman in this world.
That part.
Okay.
Exactly. Any day you become a black woman or a woman of color and you here because you are assertive, because you are here for real. This woman has told us, I am here to do real marriage. I'm not here for TV. I'm here to work with a man on building a marriage. And this Negro over here acting like he Donald Goins and he got books. He got his people talking about what you gonna do with the celebrity. What damn celebrity? He walking in here looking like an Old Navy commercial every time, and he late. Every single time. They had pissed me off with that. I was like, no, we need new experts. Like, no. Like y'all dropped the ball. Drop the ball completely.
Absolutely. And I don't know. I mean, since I've started the journey of social media content creation, I have seen it from a lot of different groups. They do not like black women to have opinions. They don't like us to have a point of view that's different from the masses. They don't want anything you say, oh, you're sassy, aren't you? You're a little spicy. No, I'm me. And that's okay. Like, I don't get why we have to vilify black women for speaking up, asking a direct question, answering truthfully. What's wrong with that? Tyra, what's wrong with it? What is it?
They're gross. This is my first time watching this show, so I don't know who these people were to these marriages before, but it feels very paid. It feels very, paid to gaslight, paid to keep up drama on the show. Nothing they've said since I've watched it has been to assist or be helpful. They were helpful before.
Yeah, back in the olden days, they
Yeah.
used to actually try. They used to tell people.
No. It's
You're
just
right.
like anybody who's in the right, they're in the wrong, and you need to bow to the will of whatever this other person is demanding. Madison, if she tells you that you need a makeover, you need to throw all your butterfly shirts away. You just need to do that. Is it really that bad? You know, grow. You should go to the gym, wake up at 5. Is it really? You could go. It's probably good for you, don't you? No. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, girl? You heard me when she said she was spicy. Like, what I don't like is don't even give. She don't give any of that. Because you could be a certain kind of way. Like right now, if I'm just like, all of these people get on my nerves. Oh, she's spicy. Did you see her raise her hand? Did you see the inflection in her hand? Did you see her pop her neck? Oh, the ghetto. I don't have time. I don't have time for the BS. Like, this is gaslighting at its finest, and it's bad enough that and it's always the really good people, the people we like, M, Alan, all of the people like that are just like really cool on the show. Hell, Thomas, because they push him a little bit. Like, he shouldn't have to change so much about himself to appeal to Camille either. Like, this is exactly who I am. This is just too much, and I would like to see what it would be if they had some real experts. Because the way they sit there and comb through all this trauma and gaslight these people I'm gonna save MM and that man. But I was waiting, like, okay, are they like, is somebody here a therapist? Like, who are they? What are they? What you say? This is a pastor? Who are the other two?
Cal is a pastor. Dr. Pepper is I think she's a PhD like in anthropology, and then P is a doctor. Dr. P is like a doctor, like a psychologist.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, this for pretend. I didn't know who the hell these people were. This is crazy. Nobody in their right mind would give this type of advice. This is such a hindrance. Like, I would hate to, the way that they haven't seemed to vet the little people we have on this show, and we're putting these couples together more so for drama and the expectations of what it could look like and drum up for TV. They could really put a couple together that's a hindrance, like top tier hindrance, abusive. And you're just going to tell this person to go and be with this person? Are you insane? They need some outside folks. I felt more connected as far as the advice, the individual from the podcast on the after show than anything that they had to say the entire time.
Absolutely. You not wrong. And shout out to Candy Loves TV for the 199 super chat. Thank you, sis. We appreciate you so much. Yeah, the thing of it is that they have put somebody in a potentially dangerous situation, in my opinion. If that man was willing to agree that she violated his consent, that she's super aggressive, she's trying to take the D every chance she gets, and now you're going to put them back in a place together, he could ruin MM potentially. Like, I feel like a person like that is dangerous who then goes on an after show and says he ain't never said anything of the sort. Like, I could not trust him. I would not trust him with my reputation, with my body. I wouldn't trust him with my mind, my spirit, my emotions. Like, there would be nothing he could ever say to me. But we're going to get to them. But EJ, before we get off into them for real, talk to me about the experts. What did you think of their showing in this most recent episode?
Yeah, like Tyra, this is my first go around with the maths, right? And I tell you, these experts have not been really, they haven't been really experting here. Like, I haven't seen anything that says expert. All the stuff that they give, all of the advice that they give, all of this expert opinion that they give is all wrong. Like, we all know that I thought that, David was going to come through in the last hour, but they weren't wrong about how Madison feels. She's just wrong about her whole delivery of it. There's nothing wrong with what she wants, but they try to make it seem like she needs to lower her standard. No, she don't need to lower her standard. She just needs to, she got to get higher standard too, because girl, that never mind. Let that go. But she don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? That was one of those things I've never agreed with them. And then you have the one that irritates me the most, Dr. Pia. I mean, Dr. Pia definitely irritates me as well. Because I didn't like how she told MM about her being spicy. I'm like, ma'am, that is a fact. If y'all put these people together, then y'all know that she's more analytical, more science, more all of this, right? If you know that, then you know that when she say that's a fact, it's a fact. Hell, it's a fact. And then she even tried to mock her with the my man thing. I wanted to go through that TV and just grab her and choke her. Because first of all, we already got this man on here disrespecting this black woman when she ain't did ish that I can see. I ain't seen nothing that she did that warrants any of this. And then you're going to add to the buffoonery. I didn't like it. I could not stand that part right there. I was like, because I felt the energy that she was coming with when she said that my man. I said, did you just mock her? Like, is she the only one in here that's really trying? Out of all these couples, nobody's trying, but MM actually really is trying and putting in the work, because the way he would have never got a dime from me, the way I would have never bought a picnic, a charcuterie board, none of that stuff with the good stuff on it. No, there's no way. And then Pastor, I really expected more from him. Just as a black man, as a bald-headed man, I expected so much more from him, right? I expected him to come through and say the things that needed to be said, because somebody needs to stop Ikichi. What he's doing, he thinks is cute. He thinks that, that he can, that it's okay. And we said this, when we talked about this the last time, that he would never do this to a white woman. And that's just keeping it real. That's not being anything. Take it how you want to take it, people. This is the truth. This man would never do this to a white woman. And the fact that you let him get up here and treat her that way is just horrible. And you say nothing. Keisha put him in check and you didn't put him in check. Where we do that at? You actually condoned the bull. Girl, he irritated me the most. I was so mad. I was just screaming at the TV. It's just hurtful to see him just not say nothing. This man sucks, and now you suck. I can't stand y'all. Yeah. And I promise y'all, I'm not crying. My eye just got something in it. But it just pissed me off. Like, it really did just piss me off. But we gotta talk. Yeah, but that's all I got for them.
It's just hurtful to see a black woman be out here unprotected like that, except for at the dinner. Because at least Alan stood up, David tried to stand up. But like, honestly, like the experts, it's your job to intervene when you see things going astray and awry, right? So we have two separate meetings and then a group meeting, right? Pastor Cal meets with Akechi originally, and then Dr. Pia meets with MM. And so in the conversation with Akechi and Dr. Cal, they get in this conversation. Dr. Cal's like, "What's up, man? I heard, everything, little birdies tell me things." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm disgusted. I'm this and I'm that." Well, what happened? She made me feel little. Like I was less than, like I was less than her. And I don't think it was me. I think she would have just been happy to get any man. I mean, it's married at first sight. I came for the man that the experts set me up with. And she's disrespected me, at that dinner, she did whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I've never disrespected her. I said, "Oh, I don't care who tell it. He lies for fun." He makes up lies on the weekend just to go out and spew them. Because Pastor Cal said, "Didn't you call her an a-hole?" Well, if you act like an a-hole, neck rolling, zesty king cankles of America. Like he is the zesty king, cankle king of America. And he says, "Oh, you're right. You're right." And I said, "How long did it take him to confess that?" Because this edit was real sloppily put together. And so Pastor Cal is like, she wants to know where we're going to live after this. Well, duh. As a man and the leader, you should have asked that question in your Airbnb that the door won't close on. He didn't hold his feet to the fire. He didn't say, "You can't talk to this black woman like this." He didn't say, "Your behavior has been unacceptable. I don't care what she said to you. Nobody can make you feel small. You're just small already." Like, Ikechi in that moment needed to be checked by an older black man, and this was a missed opportunity in my mind. We're going to split this up because it's a lot to dive into. EJ, I'm going to start with you. Ikechi and Pastor Cal, what did you think of the discourse between them? And did Pastor Cal do enough in this conversation?
Oh, heck no, he didn't do enough. This was a disservice. This was a disservice to people everywhere, no matter what. It was just a big old disservice. And it takes this, like, Married at First Sight. Like I said, this is my first time looking at it, but when I see it, I see scam now. And that's my honest opinion of it, because if you are going to say that you are the expert that the pastor says, plus you got pastor in front of your name, right? That means that you're supposed to counsel and teach, right? But you did none of that. You didn't counsel this man. You didn't teach this man. You didn't do any of that. You just let him blatantly disrespect somebody and didn't say, hey, listen, this is not how, no matter what you feel, no matter what you think, you don't get to speak to people like this, right? He didn't do any of that. And in that moment, I'm just like, so that's all he get is a slap on the wrist, and you damn near agree with him, and you don't even know the whole situation. You didn't go watch the video. Like, I'm like, what are we doing here? Because I feel like there's a lot of video proof. They when they wanted to call, what's her name, out on that lie she told, what's her name, Michelle, out on that lie about what she was looking for when she was okay with people in the basement. They called it out, right? They showed that beautiful bean footage. They didn't do this with him. And I feel like you could have pulled the footage. We haven't saw one time him disrespect her. So why are we agreeing with him? He did it, and Dr. Pia did it, agreeing with Akichi and making it seem like what he's doing is okay. You're just sitting there appeasing him. Why? I don't care who he is, what you think because he ain't ish to me, but I think as you are supposed to be the expert, you get on him, you say what's what. All you did was show America that this is okay. And we're okay with this. The pastor I lost all respect for him, and Ikichi ain't never had none for him, so didn't have much to lose there.
Karla, over Pretty Real TV, talk to me about the conversation with Akichi and Pastor Cal.
She said it all. Because I wanted to snatch him through the TV, both of them. It was a missed opportunity. I think he definitely let him off. The black woman ain't safe on this show.
Not at all.
And they both experts are basically telling us as viewers that MM is doing too much. God forbid she actually really wants to work on a real marriage with the man that you guys picked. So she's not playing games. She's being direct. And every time she asks him a question, he gives her fluff. She's correct. She's correct. Every time she asks him a deep question, he goes around the block, down the street. And when she asks a further question, he shuts down. Like that whole scene at the park, the way he paused,
I had something in my teeth.
Just ignorant, just ignorant. And I said in that moment when she was sitting there with the experts, I said if she turn her head or do a neck movement, he gonna say, see,
Mm-hmm.
see. He was waiting on her to do anything for him to say, see, no, I'm done. Like I said, I'm done. And she sat there so demure and she said nothing. And why do we as women gotta make everything a safe space? Why are y'all asking her to make it a safe space for him? For what? He ain't making it a safe environment for her.
That part.
He called her a-hole.
Because I'm not. I'm raising hell.
And I said, if you call me a-hole on camera, I know you calling me out my name in private.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. She not safe. I want her to get a do-over because y'all gave what's the name last year do-over last season. She
Michael.
needs a do-over. Yeah. She needs a do-over. And I mean ASAP. I mean this needs to be done and y'all need to give her another 4 to 6 weeks do-over. She need a do-over.
Girl child ain't safe on a maths full of men. Clearly, because
No.
this is it's beyond. Tyra, go on and talk about Akechi and Pastor Pat.
Mm. I'm so disappointed in MM. But we on Akichi right now. I didn't like how with every single couple we dug through a tunnel of childhood trauma, and with these we decided to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong with him. Whatever they assessed in him from the beginning that
Mhm.
made them go, "Oh, he's not a great candidate to be on this show," it's still there. The way that he is harboring on being, from what he's saying, assaulted and violated by her, he gives something happen to him. I don't want to put that on this man, but he projects, and it's very like he's triggered. When he walks in here, it's not an assertive like dominance. He looks hurt. He looks hurt, like he's afraid. Like I don't want to be around her. She is reminiscent of something from my past. Whatever she did triggered him in a way to where he don't see her as anything but that, even though he of course had his own little emasculated thing happening. But if you ain't got no check like that, you ain't got no check like that. That's not her fault. Because it
Mhm.
seems like there was that major shift when he saw that there was always that shift when he saw her home, and when he went out of his way, even on the honeymoon, to let everybody know, like, she the homie. I'm not attracted to her like that. Like, yeah, you showed your cards then. But whatever this touch or violation of him and this unwanted, he is really stuck on that. It seems like she only did it once, and it was like, we have to open up every conversation from the moment I said I didn't want to sleep with her. It's just been up from there. I think he's triggered, and I think he's carrying something. I wanted them to give him that same little spotlight for whatever childhood, whatever he might be holding on to, but we just jump right into why they're not living together. That pastor's a funky bastard. Okay. I don't know why people still pretending like somebody having pastor in front of their name means a damn thing. That don't mean nothing. That don't make you sanctity
Clearly.
holified or even avid at giving good advice. Like you would want, like it's all black people here. Let's check this man, because he's not going to perceive it from her. From MM, it's going to be oh god, I feel very attacked right now. But from another man, because we haven't seen him give any of this energy to anybody but MM. He acts
No,
like he
man.
has common sense. He knows how to speak with everybody else. The last thing that should have happened was them moving back in together. What is that going to solve? He can barely sit here at this table with her. I don't know why we're giving him this spotlight. Like EJ said, I was thinking the same thing in this scene. Y'all show up to these conversations like y'all don't have shots and film, and you guys aren't watching behind the scenes before you get here. You've seen how he's acted towards her, and yet you still decided to give that type of advice. If I was MM, I would have run. I wouldn't be anywhere. If I was a black woman, I wouldn't be anywhere near this damn show. Because they're showing, what they think of you every single season from what people are saying. I don't know what it was before, but for right now, it's trash. She deserves better than that, and he needs to go get some damn help. You never trust a goddamn hermit crab who wears a backpack. What's in there? Your hypertension? Why he always got that damn backpack on? What's in that damn backpack? What are you packing around that needs to be on your back 24/7, bruh? I don't trust people who carry backpacks, especially. It ain't even just like a little cute note. He has a backpack as if he has nowhere to live permanently, and he's backpacking across America. He has some tent and some supplies on there. I don't know where he's going and why he has that backpack, but stop bringing it everywhere you you go, bruh? Do you have somewhere to lay your head?
We know
Where did
you.
you
We
leave
know
when
you
you
got that
packed your
Airbnb.
luggage? Because that thing you said it had that little lock code on it, the little lock box it gave Airbnb. I don't know. Do you have somewhere to go, brother? Okay,
You don't.
I don't know.
He got his gout medication in there. They say he got it
Got
for.
something in there. Got something in there.
But here's the thing, because I've heard it, later on we find out in the after show. And here's the thing with Akichi. He's not going to receive it from any woman. I see him get crazy with Pia. Pia had to check him slightly, and then she immediately forgot what he just did to her. So imagine what he's doing to MM. No compassion. That's another thing with Pia. But then on top of that, we didn't see him in the after show try to jump bad with Keisha the first time they met. And she was like, hold on. And he justifies it to Pastor Cal as, oh, I'm always on defense because I work around kids. And my question with that was, what the kids got to do with this? Why are you on defense with children? They're not your equal, sir. Like, if you're a teacher, you have a role that's higher than theirs. You put them in order. Why would you have to be on the defense with them? He definitely has issues. Trigger warning, y'all, if he has some CSA stuff that went on in his past. But at this point, y'all, and I'm empathetic. I have a heart. I've got too big a heart, mother. I care deeply for people. But at his big age, sir, it was your time. You had time to write a book. You had time to build a little funky A website. You had time to try to build yourself as a content creator. You had time to audition for this show twice in 2 different states. You had time to move cross country to try to promote this raggedy book and do your little spoken word moments. You had time to do all that, but you ain't have time to get into some sort of counseling. Because when you ask your mama to destroy all your baby pictures, that's crazy as hell. So I don't know if he got mama issues. I don't know whatever happened, but that's not my problem. That's not MM's problem. That's not any person's problem but his own. At 42, the onus is on you, sir. I am sorry if anything happened to you in your past. That is truly terrible. But at this age, you have to take ownership and responsible to heal yourself. Ain't nobody gonna come heal you, Bookie. This imaginary dream woman that's never going to manifest for you is not going to heal those wounds or those issues. I'm over him, y'all. I don't give a damn, and I could care less because you're bleeding out on everyone and it's disgusting. Now we come over to MM and she's talking to Dr. Pia, and Dr. Pia again calls her spicy, like EJ had mentioned before. You're the one talking about your husband, your man. And she's like, he is my husband. But MM pissed me off this episode. She pissed me off because why are you sending calls, smoke signals, damn ravens to get him a message when he ain't thinking anything about you, girl? Let him in his Joker A suit sit over in the Airbnb like he was before with his cankles. There's no way you're going to see me on national television chasing after this man who done cussed me out, done said I make his life miserable in a room full of mixed company. There's no way I'm going to be chasing after him. We go talk to Dr. Pia. Well, you might need to loosen up a bit. Maybe, a lot of men don't want to be approached immediately. Give him time and space. He doesn't want to answer questions. Don't ask him the questions. Girl, we got 8 weeks to get to know somebody and I can't ask you a damn question. Get the hell out of here. Tyra, talk to me about MM and Pia. I'm sorry. I'm bringing my tone down. Excuse me.
You know you're supposed to come to me first on this. Okay. Okay. Black women, learn how to recognize when a ninja hates you. He don't like you. He don't like you. He don't like you. The way he seeds and sulks and cringes just to be next to you. Why would you keep inviting this into your space? Like, I just was hoping, and I knew we wouldn't from that trailer, but I was keeping hope alive that MM would be deciding to move in her own space. As far as this show, like, I'm going to maneuver. That's what it is. But, I'm going to enjoy this. Let me go see what Alan doing. I don't know. Link up with the girls. I don't know. Because you said that they can just coexist and move out. They're not committed to these. They just have to show up to those little functions. Just do that. You don't beg nobody to be with you, MM. Like, he don't even give that. He has not given you an ounce of anything for you to be pouring into him like this. He might like whatever she says. She sees potential. Where? What is wrong with you, girl? Like, I'm only gonna stress so far. I'm gonna give her that same energy that he's getting. When you chase after that, this is that same friend who keeps going back to the man that mistreats her, and you then want to crawl back. Like, no, I'm not entertaining that. If you go back again and again for that abuse, that's clearly what you want. I'm not going to have much empathy for in moving forward, because you invited this into your home, into your life. Like, girl, like, you got a Picasso in your house. You don't got to deal with this. You don't have to deal with this. You don't. Like, I just didn't get it. Even if this was that, at least have some autonomy, because clearly these experts, they're not on your side. They have none of your favor. No, that's not at the forefront of anybody's mind. Nobody's really listening when we get into this group. I mean, you got Camille over there. You know, Camille hit that like, whoo, I swear to God, like, you got the right one. We over there, and you know, Alan said, yeah, so you just gonna roll your ass up here late? You think that's a good enough excuse? Huh? I was like, yes, but in the end, the only person who has your back is you. And if you're not vetting and fighting for yourself, if you're not loving on yourself to know you deserve so much more than this, and you put this low self-esteem here, was that for him or for her? It's for both of them, right? Something is low. Something is not clicking to where she wouldn't identify, I deserve better than this and I can do better than this. Like, all that little stuff he said on the after show, I'm like, you waited to come here to say that. Like, she saw some, like, it was a classism issue where she was talking and treating people differently. Like, what did you dig to find that? It felt like a lie. And I don't know, I don't know, I wasn't there. Felt like a lie, though. Felt like something you threw together. Like,
driving. Everybody cuss everybody out driving.
The way that Keisha had to sit there and level with him to explain why his behavior is inconsistently wrong. He's like, oh, yeah, you know, I can see, like, this man is an idiot. Why are you entertaining him? As long as she keeps entertaining it, he's going to be there. I'm not looking forward to anything that they have going on. Like, this isn't going to progress into anything positive. It's just going to be more of the same. And he's going to keep running around like a hurt, violated child. Why are we doing this? They need to get this man some help, and she need to go back to her goddamn loft.
That part.
Bring that cousin out.
And where he at?
As far as the contract, and my understanding of the contract, it's about filming, not staying in a terrible abusive marriage. Like, as long as you're still meeting the group or the filming requirements, because we saw that last season with Orion and whatever, they didn't have to pay them $50,000 for that. You don't have to stay in a toxic situation as long as you still film, to my understanding, as far as the contract is concerned. Karla, talk to me about MM and Pia's interaction. Did you have any thoughts on that?
I just didn't like that you, as a woman of color, is making her, this beautiful woman, chase this man. And then I also felt like, in her calling, in her asking and begging and texting, I had to sit back and say, MM, is your past showing up? Have you chased men before and this is your MO? Like, I can't lose this time, kind of thing. Like, you know, the other ones, they were my boyfriends, so, you know, I chased and chased, but this time I have to chase and I have to win. I don't know. I just was like, why are we doing this? And as I wanted her to say, no, Pia, let me tell you about who I am. Like, if you don't know nothing about me, I'm not chasing this Negro. I'm not chasing tortoiseshell glass wearing ass men. I ain't doing it no more. If he can't come and get his air fryer that he left on purpose, that look brand new, don't even look like he used it. Let's be very clear. What the hell is you ain't cooked nothing in that damn air fryer. It looked like you took it out of Walmart's box and put it on the counter. Because you left and you didn't take that. Okay? So I wanted her to say, I am MM. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Tell him to come get the rest of his shit out that apartment.
Get it.
He won't leave. I'm opening the door so wide for him to leave so that when I close it, he can't come back. I haven't done anything that bad. I can't help that I went to school. I can't help that I asked really good questions. I can't help that. And ain't nobody on this show gonna make me feel bad. And let's be clear. He tried out for this show twice, and he don't even like the cast that he's on. He don't like them people that he castmates with. He showed that at dinner, remember? At the dinner, he got to the table. He was late. They were like, what's up? Like, why you late? And he was like, basically like minding my business. Like, basically, don't ask me nothing. He was
chilling. That's what he said, chilling.
He's always late into the scene. And he always want her to wait on him. And God forbid if she say, thank you for showing up. He like, I ain't gotta be here.
All them questions. There you go, pressuring me.
Thank you. There you go, asking questions. I'm a grown man. I can do this. Like, so she can't even ask him a question. So basically, going forward from what I hear them telling her is to sit down and shut up. Mm-hmm. Don't ask him shit. And you just act like whatever he give you, whatever he say, it's it's gold. Don't ask him nothing deep. And God forbid, don't ask him about his baby pictures. Because that's what got you cussed out at the restaurant. That's what happened at after party. She said she asked him about his baby pictures. He told his mom to throw them away, and he blew up at the table on her. I said, never again will you get the opportunity to embarrass me at dinner.
Never. He's not gonna get. He got. As I said, she gave him 18 strikes. He would have got a strike the first time he moved over on the bed and almost fell off on the honeymoon. I'm not dealing with it. You not what I'll never be is unwanted in this situation. DeMarcus, I'm gonna answer this really quick, EJ, before you go. Ashley, would you consider yourself a feminist? No, DeMarcus. Feminism has deep roots in racism. I'm not gonna get into that right now. If I were anything, I would consider myself more of a womanist. I guess in the idea that women are equal and deserve equality in most areas. But yeah, the feminism womanism debate is for a whole other live in and of itself. I believe in a woman being able to be who and what she wants to be in whatever spaces. Yeah, and I'll set that right there, just real quick and cute for right now, DeMarcus. EJ, MM and Dr. Pia, and then we'll round this all out with what they're going to be doing going forward.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, gosh, there's just like, this is one of those things that's just so much to unpack because there's just a lot. I was upset with MM because why? There's no way that you're going to have me in this situation with this man. And when we learned what happened at the after show, I was even more upset because I'm like, really? First of all, why is that not the conversation that was had when we were meeting with the experts? Because I would have loved to hear how y'all would have written this off, how y'all would have packaged this to make Ikichi look better than what he is, because we all know that he ain't ish. But how would y'all package it and say, that but you shouldn't have asked about the childhood. What was she supposed like? What would they have done if she had brought that? I was like, those are the things that I feel like you should be saying to the experts, right? When we were here, he did this, and this. Let's keep it all the way real. Why are you texting him? The way I would have never the way I would have blocked him so quickly in that phone, I wouldn't have known that he was texting me or not because he would have been blocked so quick. Okay, like there's no way that I would ever allow you to continue to be in my space. I just feel like when you're in your early, maybe 20s and stuff like that, you take certain things and you might do some dumb stuff. Like Gorilla said, I used to simp when I was, that's my own ways. I feel like that when it comes to this, like absolutely, we all done been in some things where we like, dang, why the hell did I do that? She too grown for this. There's no way I'm too grown. I'm too accomplished. I got way too much going on. I almost said the word. I am better than you. I don't care. Listen, you think that I think that I'm better. I am better than you at this point. I'm better than you in how I handle myself. I'm better than you as far as the accomplishments that I have made. I'm just better than you overall. So yeah, you're right. You are small, but I never projected that to you. You projected that to yourself because that's how you feel. You feel like you're too small. And I really feel like he do got some mama issues somewhere. He just don't like women. The way he snapped at Michelle when Michelle said something, right? He kept it cool, but he still snapped at her really quickly. It's like, yes, you're on the defensive, but why are you always on the defensive? And they never ask the right questions. That's what I hate about them. Like, y'all aren't asking him the right questions. You know why they not asking him the right questions? I'll tell you, because they're scared, because he don't like questions. So they won't ask him questions. And that's a disservice because first of all, the first question is, why would you try out for this show twice? You're saying that she would have went for it. It shows to me that you just looking to anybody that they pair you with, because you did this twice. Nobody in their right mind does this 2 times in a row. And the reason why he don't have stuff, Tyra, is because he don't want to be in Chicago. His life is somewhere else. He got the little stuff that he can bring with him, so he can pack
Did he, EJ?
and go.
Did he?
That's it. He don't want to be in Chicago. He here for the show. That's it. That is
Yeah, and
all
the
it
one
is,
book.
girl.
Oh, everything he owned in that backpack, EJ?
Everything he owns is in that backpack, and that's why it looked like he was at an Airbnb, because he probably is at an Airbnb. But everything he owns is in that backpack, and he headed back to wherever he
That's
came
my
from.
air fryer, fresh out the box.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because if you're going on here to expand your platform to sell your book, have something else on the website other than that one tired book. You mean in these 12 years you ain't wrote nothing else? Author, prolific writer. Song we ain't heard a demo. We don't have an MP4. We don't have an iTunes selection. We don't have no other books. He's just terrible. He's got no vision. A man without a vision is the worst.
He's a horrible individual. He is, and it's very, very sad that they picked this man for her, and now she has to belittle herself. But more than that, it's sad that she actually is going along with this stuff. You know, needs to get a backbone and say no. Like, bump this. I will pay if it means that I'm gonna get a fine. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna pay what I need to pay, because guess what? I can, and bye. You know what I'm saying? Bye. I'm not dealing with this mess. And the way
he defaming her whole character. Like, you have stuff to lose now. You have a business.
Exactly.
You have a business. Like, what are you doing here? You know how many people would look at you sideways? Like, oh, I heard on that show that she was being predatory towards, like, I don't feel girl, please, the way he would be able to play on my name like this. This is
and I would have made him, the show would have had to make him give a public, because after he renounced it when he was on that after show and said that didn't happen, he would have had to put that in public. He would have had to put that somewhere, and I would have demanded it from the doggone show, because that's defamation. I'm sorry, I would have figured out a way. It would have happened.
So we finally discover that, of course, the experts encourage them. You know, he reluctantly meets all together with Dr. Pia and Pastor Cal and her. And basically they tag team MM. Like, y'all need to make this work. I can't see this working, you guys living separately. I think it's going to be best that you move in together. And, you know, they acquiesce. Yeah, I want to move back in with my husband. And he's like, well, I'll do it. All right, fine. It's just disgusting, y'all. I don't have much more for it, other than I do think it's irresponsible and dangerous, because, like everyone has said here, he literally has the potential to ruin her future in terms of her business. If he's willing to fabricate something like he did before, I think the sky's the limit. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. He's disrespectful. I feel like he'll lie. Just like the sky is blue. I don't see anything else for them. Do y'all have any final thoughts on the episode or what's going to happen with these two as we move forward?
I just got something to say. Do y'all remember when this creature, this joker, said to Pastor Cal, he said, she asked me after this is over with to move in. And who does that? I was like, that's the show. Ninja, that's the damn show. After y'all, this show is over, y'all supposed to cohabitate. Y'all supposed to get married. And Pastor Cal was like, well, we actually promote that. That's what you're supposed to do. You're married. You're supposed to live together. I was like, what do you think is supposed to happen? Like, clearly you're not here for that. So what do you think? You supposed to get on this show, get your money?
Yeah, that's what he
does.
I mean, well, how much money do they really get? Do they get a lot of money for this?
I think
they must
get. They get a little coin, but I don't think it's to that extent. It's probably
he want that book
because he ain't got nothing.
But he hasn't promoted the stuff. Like, you tried out for the show twice, sir. You don't know how the show works.
He hasn't even promoted the book. His people and hyped the book up, and he ain't promoted the book not once. And he had a whole speakeasy at his wedding.
That's where he promoted it at. Because he promoted it at the wedding because he was like, look, this is it. That's what's in the book. But she couldn't get that. She couldn't get that speech that was in the book. And even though she was his wife, which I still find ironically crazy.
And if you got away with words, bro, we should hear your words. The only time we heard your words was at the wedding. Had me like this at the wedding. I was like, yes. But you ain't
You
got no words for her.
I wouldn't like it. I say this
Um,
fake hotel. Where they find this? This wanna be there, nigga. You ain't Darius Love Hall. Get your ass.
They knew that this was gonna be dramatic. They knew he was problematic. All of the assessments they say they do for, the psychological testing and all that, they knew exactly who he was. They wanted
I
this for
knew.
ratings because last season sucked balls.
mhm.
That's what they wanted,
Can I
something that
ask
was
a
gonna
question?
be.
He stopped. He stopped asking about that ex. He stopped talking about that ex too. Remember, for at least the first four, he kept mentioning his ex,
Oh, in his 20s,
and
he ruined. Yeah.
yeah, he kept talking about the love he lost and messed up and all of that. I want to find her. Okay, yeah, somebody find her. I want to know what
Oh,
had
baby,
happened.
the Reddit is litty. The TikTok streets is litty about him being the DM diver, the inbox diver on
Yeah.
Facebook, on Instagram, and everybody's
Mhm.
DMs taking people out, talking about the show gave him a bad edit, deceiving women all over the U.S. apparently. And they say that he's Mr. Long and Strong, Long Duck Dong is what the people say, but I don't believe that either, because
I
just
believe it. That's probably why MM was like, "Oh, you put my like you don't put it in my face unless you're ready to go to the pace. Like you put my hand on it. I was like, I'm trying to see what it's hitting for. He was probably trying to show off, like, yeah, you want me to whip it out and tame you? No, sir. I just met you, but
That was
now that
probably his game.
I'm ready, he was like, oh my god, like it might be like it's like no, you don't get this until I say so. Like look here, sis. He's very very now. That's the spicy one. That's the spicy one. There, he's
That
spicy.
was the game. That was the game, Tyra. He was like, "Look, I'm gonna put it there, and then I know what she gonna want. I know she gonna want it, and then I'm gonna play this game. You know what I'm saying? So that I could get the sympathy." He thought that this was gonna cause a sympathy card. I ain't got no sympathy card, but I guess maybe
me
he thought.
either. And ain't enough dizzle in the universe to make me tolerate that. And you broke on top of it. Ain't no
Hello,
way.
somebody.
Ain't no way. But
Hello,
ladies,
somebody.
that is the
Speak
chat.
on.
Chat and ladies, that is the live honey. That was Married at First Sight season 18, episode 11. I'm going to give each of these ladies the floor to let you know what they have going on their respective channels. And if you're not already subscribed to every one of these beautiful ladies, please head over to their profiles. I believe everybody is linked in my description. Head on over there. Make sure that you hit the notification bell, and leave an actual comment on the video. Not, it's cute in the chat. We love that. But for just expansion and growth, go ahead and drop a comment on the live once it is posted. Pretty real over there. I'm going to begin with you. Let the people know what you got going on, friend.
Y'all know, I just every week just giving you guys the videos. I just did Natalia Grace. Well, man's the last chapter. I just did the first episode, so I'm gonna continue with that and just giving content, finding new shows that are coming out that I'm interested in. And hopefully everybody watches.
Yay. Yes, go follow Karla
Yeah,
over at Pretty Real TV, y'all.
yeah. And thank you guys for inviting me to this good old sister chat, honey.
Thank you for coming. It was so much fun. EJ, let the people know what you got
Thank you
going
guys.
on. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, so of course I got a few uploads of the family business. I don't really have anything that I've actually posted recently. I think these were like 3 or 4 days ago, but I'm going to be posting some more of the family business New Orleans content. So if you are into the family business New Orleans, then definitely check out the channel. I'm actually well, since he announced it, I guess I can announce it too. But I'm actually going to be doing live after shows of the family business. And I actually, it's gonna be like a live after show, but I actually have one of the cast members. We're actually gonna do it together. So we're just gonna be hanging out and talking about the show. So that's gonna be really dope. And other than that, that's it for now. Y'all just keep y'all notifications on. Y'all know I'll post something.
Awesome. That's exciting. Congratulations. Tyra
Thank you.
over there at the Struggle Reviews TV. What's going on, girl? What you got? Oh, tell them what you got next up tonight.
Oh, y'all, we've been watch the the very brand new episode of the second season of Severance. Bear with us and come over there and watch the debauchery because I don't know what we're going to expect there. We binge watched the first season very recently, and I'm excited to know where they are going with that show. So join us in literally 4 minutes. um As far as what I'm working on, y'all know I'm a work in progress, first of all, and I'm struggling. It's the name. It's not for decoration. I am still working on my kids video from 95, Larry Clark and them taking a lot out of you, girl. And training day. So be on the lookout for both of those videos. I really want them to perform well, so I'm trying to make sure they solid. And if they don't, it'll be a cold. I'm just playing. Watch the video when I post it, okay? Second, be on the lookout in the up and coming week. I will definitely be putting out more members only content and us really getting into some of those things over there. Maybe having a guest over there as well. Maybe getting into some more, maybe a Mo Better Blues situation so we can talk ratchet about. I don't know. We may be back there talking mess. That's going to be coming along with some other stuff. So be sure to subscribe to everybody here. Be sure to drop down, as Ashley said, not in it because y'all be talking like a mug all up and through the chat, and then you gonna leave. Be coming over to people's house. You didn't even bring that, and then you gonna leave early. Like, it's messy. Be sure to drop down. Leave a comment. Leave your couple, your expectations for what's going to happen in the next episode, because we're going to be here every single week talking about math. So, communicate with us. We want to see that, and we can't see it if it's just here. Drop it down low, like you do that ass, and put it in the comments. Thank you.
TP, thank you so much for the $5 super chat in the 9th hour. Broke D will have you co-signing. Makes sense with MM is like this. You know what? I'm not doing this with TP tonight.
She ain't even got it.
She didn't even get it. Thank you, TP. She didn't even get it. That's all I'm saying.
But you guys, thank you so much for being here. And I am going to sign out with a big thank you. We appreciate the support, honey. It was 115 people over here just in my chat. So I don't even know how many came through all together. But we appreciate you for showing up and showing out on a Friday night. Join us for the Severance if y'all are watching that. We gonna get into it. But thank y'all for being here. See you in the next one.
So pack your legs and throw your keys up. Go round, round. And I'll be damned if I can't slow dance with you. Come pour some sugar on me, honey, too. It's a real live boogie and a real live hold down. Don't be a bitch, come take it to the floor now. Woo. One step to the right.